Here's a question. What if I told you there's a single calculation, something you can do in your head in about 5 seconds, that could stop you from wasting thousands of dollars this year? No budget spreadsheet, no app, no willpower required, just one number. When you see it, you stop buying. I'm going to teach you this trick right now, and then I'm going to show you 3 real examples. A grocery store impulse buy, a subscription you forgot about, and credit card interest that's quietly draining your bank account. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a price tag the same way again. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the problem with the way we normally think about money. When you see a price tag, your brain only registers one thing: the number on the sticker, $5, $20, $100. But that number is a lie. Not a lie exactly. It's just incomplete. It's missing 2 huge pieces of information. And once you add those 2 pieces back in, the real cost of almost everything you buy is way higher than what's printed on the tag. Here's the trick. It's called annualized cost plus opportunity cost. Sounds fancy, I know. But stick with me because it's actually dead simple. Step 1. Annualize it. Instead of asking, what does this cost me right now? You ask, what does this cost me if I keep doing it for a year? Anything you buy repeatedly, even small stuff, adds up fast when you multiply it out. Step 2. Add opportunity cost. This is the part almost nobody thinks about. Opportunity cost is what that money could have become if you'd invested it instead of spending it. Money isn't just money. Money is a seed. If you plant it, it grows. If you spend it, the seed is gone. And so is everything it could have grown into. Let's make this real with something small. A grocery store impulse buy. Picture this. You're in the checkout line. You grab a candy bar and an energy drink. Total cost, $5. Feels like nothing, right? $5. You barely notice it leaving your wallet. But here's what your brain isn't telling you. If you do that same $5 impulse buy just 3 times a week, which is honestly pretty normal for a lot of people, that's $15 a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, and you're at $780 annually on candy bars and energy drinks. That's step 1. That's the annualized cost. Already way bigger than $5, right? Now step 2, opportunity cost. What if, instead of spending that $780 every year, you invested it in something simple, like an index fund averaging 7% a year? Over 10 years, that $780 a year doesn't just add up to $7,800. Because of compound growth, it turns into roughly $11,500. Read that again. A candy bar and an energy drink 3 times a week is quietly costing you $11,500 over the next decade. That's the trick. That's the whole thing. Annualize it, then ask what that money could have grown into. Once you start seeing prices this way, you cannot unsee it. Every purchase gets run through this filter automatically. Now let's apply this same math to 3 places where it really, really matters. Let's start with subscriptions, because this is where the trick hits hardest, because subscriptions are designed to be invisible. Think about how many subscriptions you have right now. A streaming service, maybe 2, a music app, a cloud storage plan, a fitness app you use twice, a subscription box you forgot to cancel. Each one on its own feels tiny. $9 here, $14 there. It doesn't feel like real money because it's not one big purchase. It's death by 1,000 tiny charges. Let's say you've got 5 subscriptions, averaging $12 a month each. That's $60 a month total. Doesn't sound insane, right? Annualize it. $60 a month times 12 months is $720 a year. Now add opportunity cost. If you invested that $720 a year instead, over 10 years, at that same 7% average return, you're looking at around $10,600. $10,600. Sitting in a handful of apps you probably don't even open every month. Here's a challenge. Pause this video right now, open your bank statement, and count how many subscriptions you're actually paying for. I promise you'll find at least one you completely forgot existed. That's not a guess. That's just how subscriptions are built. They're designed to be forgettable, so you keep paying. Next up, gadgets. This one's a little different because it's usually a single big purchase instead of a recurring one. But the math is just as brutal, sometimes worse. Let's say you're eyeing the newest phone, the one that just came out. It costs $1,200. Your current phone works fine, by the way. Nothing's actually wrong with it. But the new one has a slightly better camera, and it's shiny, and everyone's talking about it. Now, here's where most people stop thinking. They think, it's $1,200, and I can afford it, so I'll buy it. But let's run it through the trick. If, instead of upgrading, you invested that $1,200 for 10 years at 7%, it would grow to roughly $2,360. That new phone isn't costing you $1,200. It's costing you $2,360 in future wealth, and that's before you even factor in that you'll probably want to upgrade again in 2 or 3 years, restarting the whole cycle. And this is the part that really matters. Gadgets depreciate. The moment you walk out of the store, that $1,200 phone is already worth less. It's not an investment in your future. It's the opposite. It's future money spent today on something that loses value the second you own it. I'm not saying never buy a new phone. I'm saying know the real number before you decide. $1,200 today, or roughly $2,300 10 years from now. Which one do you actually want more? Now let's talk about the one that scares me the most, honestly. Credit card interest. Because this isn't opportunity cost anymore. This is active guaranteed loss. Real money leaving your pocket every single month, whether you like it or not. Here's a common scenario. You've got $2,000 sitting on a credit card. The average credit card interest rate right now is around 22%. Let's say you only make the minimum payment each month, which is what a lot of people end up doing without realizing the damage. At 22% interest, if you only pay the minimum, that $2,000 balance can take over 8 years to pay off. And in that time, you don't just repay the $2,000. You end up paying more than $2,000 in interest alone. Total cost, over $4,000 for something that started as $2,000. You are literally paying double. For nothing. No product, no growth, no benefit. Just the cost of debt sitting there, compounding against you instead of for you. This is the exact opposite of the phone example and the subscription example. With those, you're losing out on money that could have grown. With credit card debt, you're actively paying extra money for the privilege of owing money. It's the same math trick, just running in reverse. And it's why credit card debt is one of the fastest ways to fall behind, even if you're a disciplined person in every other area of your life. If you've got credit card debt sitting there right now, this is your sign. Every extra dollar you throw at that balance today is a dollar that stops compounding against you tomorrow. So let's bring this all together. because I want you to actually use this, not just watch this video and forget about it in 10 minutes. Here's your formula. Anytime you're about to buy something, anything, ask yourself 2 questions. Question 1. If I do this regularly, what does it cost me in a year? Question 2. What would that money become if I invested it instead? That's it. That's the whole trick. Annualize, then ask what it could have grown into. I made something for you to make this even easier. It's a simple cost card, a little cheat sheet you can screenshot right now and keep on your phone. Next time you're standing in a checkout line, or your thumb is hovering over Buy Now, pull it up and run the numbers in 10 seconds flat. The real cost card. Daily habit, multiply by 365. Weekly habit, multiply by 52. Monthly subscription, multiply by 12. Then ask, at 7% growth, what does that become in 10 years? Small number times, time times growth equals the real price. Screenshot that. Seriously. Pause the video right now and take the screenshot. Save it in an album on your phone called Money, or Real Cost, or whatever you want to call it. The next time you're about to make an impulse purchase, pull it up. It takes 10 seconds, and it might save you thousands of dollars over the next few years. This isn't about never buying anything fun again. Life's too short for that. And honestly, deprivation never works long-term anyway. This is about making sure that when you do spend, you're spending on purpose, not because a price tag tricked you into thinking something was cheap when it actually wasn't. If this video helped you see your spending differently, do me a favor and hit subscribe, because I'm breaking down one money trick like this every single week, stuff that actually changes how you think, not just generic tips you've heard 100 times before. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one thing you're going to run through this math the next time you're about to buy it? I read every comment, and I want to know what clicked for you. I'll see you in the next one.